Please support we call Brad Hill.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give in this class will be the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Morning.
Would you introduce yourself to the jury, please?
My name is Brad Hill.
And Mr. Hill, how are you employed?
Working for Georgetown Fire Department at this moment.
And what kind of work do you do for the Georgetown Fire Department?
Just I'm a firefighter paramedic, so anything and everything involved with that.
And when we say Georgetown, we're talking about Georgetown, Texas?
Yes, sir.
And how far is Georgetown, Texas from Dallas?
Probably about 170 miles or so.
More or less, it's kind of outside of Boston. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
Part of the state that we call the Hill Country.
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been with that department?
A little over 2 years now.
I want to turn your attention back to September the 2nd of 2015. How were you employed at that time?
I was working for Dallas Fire Department at that time.
And what kind of work were you doing for the Dallas County? For the Dallas city of Dallas.
Same, I was a firefighter and paramedic.
And can you tell the jury a little bit about the training that you have to be able to be a firefighter and a paramedic?
As far as specifics, just basic firefighter training. I worked at several places throughout the city, several stations. Paramedic, went to paramedic school. I had about 2.5 years as a paramedic with Dallas at that time. So
there's an academy.
yes, sir.
And then after the academy, if you want to have further training in paramedics, you go to school for that.
Yeah, no, sir. It's just all on the job.
It's all
yes,
part
sir.
of the same thing. Now, turn your attention back to September the 2nd of 2015. Do you recall receiving, or how do the calls come to you?
Basically through dispatch, through a CAD system. Gets dispatched at the station, and then we go to our apparatus and we read the notes on the CAD system.
And what station were you assigned to at that time?
Station 18 right here downtown.
And the location that you were dispatched to, how long did it take you to get from
Got copies for everybody, state agrees to it, they want 2 words changed.
in a drug cartel? And pursuant to said agreement, he said Kristopher Love did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the death of the said deceased by shooting the deceased with a firearm, a deadly weapon. And did further unlawfully then and there intentionally cause the death of Kendra Hatcher, an individual, hereinafter called deceased, by shooting deceased with a firearm, a deadly weapon. And the defendant was then and there in the course of committing and attempting to commit the offensive robbery of said deceased against the peace and dignity of the state, signed by Susan Hawk, Criminal District Attorney, Dallas County, Texas, in the form of a grand jury.
Thank you, sir. To the indictment, has your client plead guilty or not guilty?
Your Honor, not guilty.
Thank you. The state was to make an opening statement at this time.
We will, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You proceed.
You may.
Again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin Brooks, and I, along with others of my team, over the next couple of days, will be presenting the evidence in this case to you. We intend to show you that on September the 2nd of 2015, Dr. Kendra Hatcher was killed. She was shot in the back of the head, execution style, in the parking lot of her apartment complex in the Uptown neighborhood of Dallas. Now, we also expect to show you that this offense generated a ton of publicity. This offense generated a ton of police work, because this type of thing just doesn't happen in that neighborhood. The evidence is going to show you that Dr. Kendra Hatcher had a new relationship in her life. A man by the name of Dr. Ricardo Paniagua. And the two of them had gotten very close in a short period of time. And in fact, the day after she was killed, they were scheduled to take a vacation trip to Mexico. But what Dr. Hatcher didn't know is that Dr. Paniagua had had an on and off relationship with that woman sitting over there, Brenda Delgado. And that he finally broke that relationship off with Brenda Delgado approximately February of 2015. He meets Dr. Hatcher in May 2015, and then he comes very close. But what the two of those people don't know is Brenda Delgado has refused to move on in her life. The evidence is going to show you that Brenda Delgado engaged in a pattern of trying to recruit people to help her harm either Dr. Paniagua or Dr. Hatcher. The evidence is going to show you that she recruited a cousin initially, and he turned it down. She then tried to recruit an old acquaintance from her early working days, and this woman, by the name of Jennifer Kelleron, she'll tell you that initially she said yes, she would do it. But she's also going to tell you that she came to her senses and backed out. But through Jennifer Calderon, Brenda Delgado meets another woman, a woman by the name of Cortes, and she recruits her into this plot to kill Dr. Hatcher. You will hear from Cortes. Crystal was arrested and charged with this offense the same as her. But she will tell you that yes, I agreed to do it in exchange for money. She will tell you that we followed Dr. Hatcher every day for almost 2 weeks, beginning around August the 15th. She will also tell you that they were able to meet a man by the name of Kristopher Love. And he was recruited to take part in this plan. And he agreed to commit the offense in exchange for money and drugs because Brenda Delgado, for some reason, was able to convince him that she was part of the Mexican cartel. And if he committed this offense, he would have a lifetime supply of drugs and money. The evidence will show you that September the 2nd, Dr. Hatcher dropped by a friend's house, picked up a camera, which she had loaned a friend. You will see her park in her garage. You will see a gentleman get out of a vehicle and walk down to where her car is. You won't see the offense take place, but you will see shortly after he leaves and walks down to her car, he's coming back. You will then hear evidence of a body being found in that garage. You will see the body in the garage. And you will also hear evidence from a person named Angelica Gordon. And Angelica Gordon will tell you that she was present in the apartment with Crystal Cortes, Brenda Delgado, and Kristopher Love as they're planning this offense. At the end of this trial, we will have shown you beyond all reasonable doubt that Kendra Hatcher is dead, and she's dead because of the actions of one person, or the planning of one person, the desire of one person. Sitting right there.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks. Mr. Miller?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Mayor. Please, of course. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Dr. Hatcher is dead and she shouldn't be. But she is not dead because of Brenda Delgado. She is dead because of Crystal Cortes and a man named Kristopher Love. You're never going to see Kristopher Love. That is why she is dead and she shouldn't be. She is dead because Crystal Cortes saw an opportunity to rob, and then the robbery went bad, and Dr. Hatcher ended up dead. She was there, they will tell you, And you'll hear the police say, well, she didn't have any motive. Why does anybody walk into a 7-Eleven and point a gun at a clerk knowing they don't have but $20? I don't know. Why do people do any of the things they do? They will say that Brenda Delgado was an obsessed ex-girlfriend. She was. They will say that Brenda Delgado at times stalked Dr. Paniagua, her ex-boyfriend. She did. They will say at times she used the internet to what they call cyber stalking. They will say at times she cyber stalked him. She did. She's not accused of any of that. They will say that she made statements to various people who will come in here and testify, that she made statements about wanting to hurt or kill her ex-boyfriend, Dr. Paniagua. They will say that she made similar statements about Dr. Hatcher. No one ever thought anything of this at all. These people didn't call the police. They didn't think anything of it. Until Dr. Hatcher ended up dead. And then all of a sudden, the freight train starts rolling in that snowball of assumptions and accusations. And then, whoa, hold on, she said this, and now all of a sudden you start thinking. And this led to gut feelings. This led to hunches. And it did the same thing to the police. And the funny thing about a gut feeling is, once you get a gut feeling, the only evidence you see is what reinforces that gut feeling. That is human nature, and that is what happened here. Your job as jurors is to not be drawn into that. Your job is to put aside gut feelings. Gut feelings don't count in a courtroom. You're going to hear a horrible tale about a woman who, by every account there is, was an incredible woman. We're all human. I mean, we're here, we're human. There was a juror, I don't even remember if that juror made it, but anyway, there was a juror that asked, can we be emotional? Yes, people are going to be emotional. There's no way you're going to hear this story and not be drawn into the emotion. That's just, we're human. You're going to have to, as jurors, say, all right, I am emotional. I do care. Dr. Hatcher's dead. Dr. Hatcher shouldn't be dead. But I have to judge this case objectively on the facts, not by gut feelings. I have to do it. You're going to have to put yourselves above it. Every single one of you was told this Friday that you can do that, or you wouldn't be here now. I mean, obviously you wouldn't. There was a whole courtroom full of people. You're the only ones left.